In this video, I will be installing a power disconnect box for my AC condenser unit. If you want to see how I did it, stay tuned. I'm setting up a new cutoff switch for my air conditioner. I have one out there, but it's the pull-out kind, and I wanted to actually put in the kind that's got a switch. This looks like a breaker, but it's actually just a switch. Once it goes in there, this has this cover. If I have the camera right, so you can see it. Yeah. So this goes over, so you see it right there. But I don't like things like this mounted to my vinyl siding. I just don't like penetrations. So when I redid my house, I took off a lot of things because they're problematic to cause water damage. So what I did was I drove a wooden stake in the ground for the other one, and I opened it up and screwed it to that wooden stake. Well, now that I've been kind of putting gravel around close to my house, I'm redoing this, and I'm gonna put a metal stake in the ground so that's nice and secure, real rigid. I was gonna set it in concrete, but I don't think it's necessary. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna attach it to a piece of 3/4 galvanized pipe, and I'm gonna actually drill a hole, because it doesn't have a knockout in the middle, but I'm gonna drill a hole close to the back edge of this, and I'm gonna put a lock ring out here, and then I'm just gonna use this coupling union, and I'm gonna thread it on the inside with a pipe wrench, and we'll see how sturdy that is. If it's sturdy enough, we'll leave it. If not, I'm gonna drill a bolt hole through that and see if it'll fit behind all this once it's in place. The bolt hole will just keep it from being able to like twist and so forth. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start by counting for the thickness of the back, which is, it's this thick right there. It's about a 1/16. Hopefully my Sharpie works. Barely shy of 1 inch. So I'm going to center it. I actually wasn't too far off there. Got different ones here. I think these go up to 7/8. These go up to let's see. Oh, it's hard to read. 1 inch, and then 1 1/8. Let me check the thickness of the 3/4 pipe. Outside diameter is roughly 1 1/16. So it's going to give me a little bit of room. It won't be super tight, which is fine. The tip on this is not very sharp anymore. Let's drill it out. Now, I may likely experience a little hiccup here in this little bitty knockout. That's usually for like a ground rod. That might cause some problems, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of getting off. Let's see, how can I remedy that? Yeah. See, that little hole has caused the bit to go path of least resistance this way. So I'm not going to be able to do that well up here. Wonder if I should. No, I've got a bench top drill press over there, but it's not tall enough. Doesn't have enough clearance to put this in there. Well, let me think. I got an idea. I got this carbide burr for a different project. It was actually for the for carving out the cast aluminum clutch to TIG weld it. I might be able to use it for carving out a little bit of that hole so that I can get the cutter squared up in there. I probably should have gone with my instinct, and I know I have a metal hole saw somewhere that can cut steel, but if you don't have a vise and a mill to cut out a hole like that, your drill bit's going to follow path of least resistance in that way. So let me see how this works. I don't know what it is about other people when they put pneumatic tools together, why they always leak. Whenever I put together pneumatic tools, they never leak, but whenever I'm using someone else's, they're always leaking. The problem with this method that I showed is that not everybody's going to have a die grinder tool, pneumatic die grinder tool, that has a chuck for 1/4 inch. And I like doing videos to show methods where everyday people who don't have all the same tools can still do something. So if you find a carbide burr tool like this at a hardware store or something, you might be able to chuck it up in a, maybe not a battery drill, but if you got like a corded drill, high-speed corded drill, 3/8 or 1/2 inch, those go a little faster. You could do it with that. It just, they don't spin nearly as fast as the pneumatic die grinder tool. It just take longer. If you don't have that, you can use a round file, and the size you'd probably want is one that's smaller than your little finger. You just have to slowly, file out a little bit to get the hole symmetrical again. So now that that's pretty close. Let's see how this does again. Oh, let's slow it down. It's not quite there yet. So yeah, that next step on the drill have to go through. Aha! There it is. Now you are going to have some deburring that you're going to have to do in here. Otherwise you can cut yourself pretty badly. Ah! No, I'm just kidding. No, I worked in a cabinet shop for 24 years. We worked with laminate and melamine, and sometimes on the edge of the board. I mean, that's razor sharp. And I've just gotten to learn how to work around some sharp edges and stuff somehow. I don't know. I don't cut myself nearly as often as you'd think I would. So I'm gonna deburr that a little bit and then go to the next step.
Well, that's it for part 1. If you want to see more, watch part 2 in the series.